You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu waifu. Montellionaire. Is that you?
Color changing Polo, what's up?
What's up? This is episode what episode is it?
155?
155 on Mic Check Waifu Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lewd Complex. Make sure y'all go to lewdcomplex.com. Use the offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. The hat that I'm wearing on the video version of the podcast is brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. Use the offer code waifu15 to save 15% off your entire order. Check them out there. Mic Check Waifu Waifu is brought to you by our Patreon producers. AB Aaron Brown, Dre, the Code G, Johnny from Analytical Podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and Nachi. Listen, I got some ideas this episode, some things to discuss with you, Montel.
Oh, I love when you do this.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to them. But before we do that, Mic Check Waifu Waifu is the anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CST. We talk seasonal anime. We cover topics brought to you from seasonal anime. One of the topics is going to come from the seasonal anime, but the other topic is going to come from something we kind of did on this weekend, or not this weekend, last week. Yes, from the day that this episode is airing, 7 days ago, we featured on the Analytical Podcast. Shout out to Analytical team, all 27 of them.
34.
67. We appreciate y'all for inviting us over. It was fun. It was a joy to talk to you guys. I had a good time listening to you guys speak, and the Hot Take Tuesday segment was a lot of fun to listen to as well. I had to dip out a little earlier to Hot Take Tuesdays. I tried to stick around for as long as I could, but it was fun. It was a good time. Make sure y'all go over to Analytical Twitter and get access to that episode, because it was a good time. It was a good episode. Nice interview. Great interviews over there. Great questions too.
For sure.
Yeah, but first, man, before we get into that, Till, how you feeling this week? How was your week?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. I've been working mentally and physically, but I'm officially about to clear all these boxes out my garage and get the garage gym going. I found out that I can drop my boxes off at City Hall, because I have a bunch of boxes in my garage, okay, like from TV boxes, all kind of stuff. I'm about to drop the boxes off at the City Hall in a recycle bin. They have like a universal recycle bin you can just take and throw stuff in there. Oh. So that's been holding me up, because I ain't know what to do with all these boxes, bro. Yeah, I've been getting rid of them little by little, like cutting them up, putting them into the recycle bin, and then we bought more stuff and I got more boxes, so I cut those new boxes up and put them in the recycle. We got so many boxes, bro. It's ridiculous.
Shit just ain't adding up. The more shit you cut up, the more shit is in there.
We got more TV boxes than we got TVs.
That's wild. Yeah, what a week, man. What a week. What a great week.
How about you, Polo? What's been going on, bro?
So for me, I want to start off by saying that I am focusing on some content for Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu. I am about to put together a nice little list of something that I am quite known for. I don't want to speak on it just yet until I get it all together and wrapped up tight. But I'm working on it. I got the outline for it, so I'm gonna do this video. Hopefully it turned out okay. I'm not really good with the scripted shit, but I'm gonna do the best I can.
I got an idea as to what it is.
Yeah, you probably do. But make sure y'all check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Get access to our bonus podcast, the after story, as well as our exclusive content or early content, like what I'm about to put together soon. May feature a list or something like that. It may include, like, John. It may just whatever. We'll see. We'll see how that go. But I'm looking forward to doing it. I also got an idea, something that I want us to do for the show. I'm bringing it today. I'm fucking bringing it today.
We on one.
All
or
right.
you on one. Go ahead, Drake.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? Let's see. What was your episode of the week this week? Let's start there.
I feel like Polo made a statement before we started recording and said that an episode that we watched felt like it was incomplete. Yeah. And I do very much so disagree, because that was my episode of the week for sure. Summertime Rendering.
Okay. To
me, it was a great episode, and I'll give my reasons why when we get to the spoiler section.
And I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. By incomplete, I meant
I could have
more like not done animation wise. It just, a lot of it felt not like it wasn't fully animated.
They were trying to be funny. But I'll tell you something. I'll talk about that too, because I think I saw that part that you were talking about, and it was multiple parts where they did this kind of thing.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that specifically. It's just the way it motions.
It felt maybe choppy.
We'll get to that in the spoiler half of the show, because I want to talk about that too. It was a weird juxtaposition type thing that we could talk about that second half of the show. For those of you that don't know, in the second half of the show, we do spoil episodes of shows that we are currently invested in heavily. One being Summertime Rendering, which is episode 8 of Summertime Rendering, Spy Family episode 9, and Tamagotchi Game episode 9 as well. So we're gonna spoil those 3 shows in the second half of the show after the Bake Song. So,
well, what was your episode of the week?
My episode of the week this week, it's between 2.
Because I had another option, but I wanted to give that one. So go ahead.
Sure, it's between 2, and I normally don't do the in between. I'm normally steadfast in choosing one as my decision, but I'm pulling a Montel this week because I can.
I bet I know one of them. Go ahead.
Just guess one of them.
Trapped in a Dating Sim.
Yes, but that wasn't. That's 1B, or
okay.
Let's just say 2A, however you want to look at it. That one was like B+ to this A-, and this A- is going to be I'm Quitting Heroing, man. What a fucking fantastic episode this was for I'm Quitting Heroing. It gave me, I don't understand. Listen. I don't understand what happened this season and how these shows that was never supposed to even be what they are, they're becoming so elevated compared to everything else that we thought that was going to be elevated. It's unbelievable how good these shows are, like these super side one-off-esque shows, super good. So it was an unbelievable episode. The emotion that I was brought about when he did what he did and said what he said, and it was fucking great. And that's episode 10 of Trapped in the Dating Sim, and I believe it was episode 10 as well as I'm Quitting Heroing.
Yeah. So just as a little add-on to that real quick, I want to say I was actually having this thought in my head where I was thinking like some anime at this point are either going to be ramping it up and it's going to really hit home and get really, really good at this point, because this is the end of the season, especially for these like 12 episode, 11 episode anime.
True. They're
going to either get real good right now or they fell off and they're not getting good anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, my sleeper choice for the season, Dawn of the Witch, it is not really hitting for me. Love the concept. Sincerely, I really do love the concept, but it has not been my episode of the week once since we started it. But I'm Quitting Hero has been significantly good. And I'm not going to say it's always been really good, but there's moments in it that's been like, man, like one of the moments I really liked was when he was with the Beast chick, just helping her solve her problem, and how he went through that whole thing with teaching her how to solve a problem and she had to figure it out, right? Like it has some moments that was really good, and then you get to anime that's just like falling off. But it's either right now we're at the point where they're really, really good, or we might as well, like we already invested in them, but we're gonna probably finish them. But it's like, man, and I wish it stayed at that quality that I felt when we first started watching it.
Yeah, it was real hard for me to choose just those two, because even Shigemori, Not Just a Cutie, fantastic. Komi Can't Communicate is literally another probably 10 out of 10 anime for me. I will take that to my grave. Like, there's no way in hell that Comey Can't Communicate season 2 is just leaps and bounds above what season 1 was. I'm sorry. Season 1 was fantastic. Season 1 was also perfection. But what season 2 did to that show is elevated so far that I enjoy it so much, man. So much. It's so good. It's such a good fucking show. It was hard for me not to choose 4, but I'm putting Hero and definitely had the bigger impact between the shows. Even though Sugar Moore Not Just a Cutie had a crazy situation happen that's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why? You know, and even a couple of cuckoos. The comedy that I was enjoying and starting to make some headway into what it's becoming, and that's the love triangle. I mean, you can tell from just the cover of the show, so that's not really a spoiler, but it's actually turning into the love triangle that it was presented as at the from the notes in the beginning and all that other good stuff. It's crazy. Good shows, man. Good shows. But the first thing I wanted to talk about before I get into the topic I got from the idea of what we did on Animalytical Podcast. Ooh, I'm spitting. That was a bar. But before we get into that, I have an idea. This is the idea. Hear me out. Y'all let us know. Write us on Twitter at Mike Check. Follow us there at Mike Check Waifu. And let me know if y'all think we should do this. Now, some shows are kind of taking a dip. There may be onesie, twosies. Actually, I think we've probably both eliminated the ones we don't want to watch no more. So we probably already took that step with subconsciously. But with that step we've taken, it's becoming a lot easier for me to watch anime during the week. I was able to watch everything yesterday, so everything that wasn't out, obviously. So I was able to be free pretty much all week, and then during the weekend as well. Oops, sorry. But let's do a rewatch of Overlord before Overlord 4.
I'm with it.
Let's do it dubbed, so it's not too much of an investment. The dub. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring let's bring some analysis deeper than what we did when we watched it originally, because it's been a while. I'm
not even about to sit here and joke with you. I turned it on today.
Did you really?
1,
That's
season
funny
1
as
today.
fuck.
I turned it on today because I remember seeing a tweet, somebody talking about Overlord. I was like, man, I know Overlord season 4 about to come. Let me go ahead and turn it. I turned it on.
It's been so long, bro.
Yeah.
It's been so long since Overlord 3 that I think rewatching Overlord would be great. And especially for us, where we could just do segment conversations about it real quick and move on past it until Overlord 4 drops. Because Overlord 4 is one of our most anticipated. Like,
for sure.
I'm so fucking excited for it. I can't wait. And for some reason, I don't know how, but Isekai became our thing, so we might as well delve into it, you know? Shout out to SAO. Shout out to Moody. So every time I shout out SAO, I'm gonna mention Moody now, just to spite, I guess.
It is what it is. We know what though. We got to get some art commission. You got to get like a art piece of Moody and SAO clothes. Yeah, we might have to do that, and we know quite a few artists that are really good. So we might have to hook that up. Oh, put her as Asuna. Oh, that'll be so good. She'd be so mad, but she wouldn't even be mad. But
damn, we about to get tweeted about this. I ain't cutting it out either. I'm leaving it in. Okay, so the topic that spurred that I thought about. Okay, after we did Animalytical episode 37, I thought, what's funny? Not funny. It's enjoyable to hear people talk about the anime that they die by, right? Because we had a conversation and we discussed our episode last week, episode 154, where we discussed Hunter x Hunter. And we said that Hunter x Hunter is a show full of moments. And we were able to chop it up with them a bit and discuss it. And we had some people either on Twitter or, during their show talk about y'all just wasn't paying attention, or if you just wanted to see fights, or Hunter x Hunter is this, Hunter x Hunter is that, is so fantastic, blah, 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 blah. Everything they kept mentioning was great moments, but, I'm not going to get into that. I love that though. I love their enthusiasm. I love their what's the word I'm looking for? Their gusto.
Right.
I love their gusto for how they felt about Hunter x Hunter. and it was fun. It was. I don't want to say. It sounds so condescending when I say what I want to say, but I don't,
because you want them to enjoy their show, you know?
Yeah, no, but what I'm about to say sounds condescending, and I promise you I'm not trying to be condescending whatsoever. It's just kind of how I talk, but it was adorable. I enjoyed it. Like, I absolutely loved it. Just hearing it. It kept a smile on my face pretty much the entire time when they were talking about it, or when I would read a tweet of somebody saying something crazy. Not really crazy, but, you know, like, we wasn't paying attention or something like that. If you listen to Mike Check Waifu, you know that's kind of how we do.
Right.
It's paid too much attention. But like I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't think I have that anymore, because I don't, and we said this on Anime Lyrical Podcast, we just don't care about other people's, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Other people's dude, I'm trying not to be a villain here. Help me out here.
I mean, so what he's basically saying is that, like, more or less, like, it's cool that you have an opinion on how we look at it or anything like that. It's cool that you have an opinion about said show or whatever your favorite is, because we're not really knocking you for it.
Right.
But the reality is like, we can't change your perception or perspective.
Yes.
So it is what it is, you know?
Yes, exactly.
We see one thing, you see another thing. We're not trying to change it. We just let you know what we see.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not really like we don't care to debate it, I guess, right? Like, I don't care to try to change your mind, right? Maybe what I'm saying is I just don't care. And I'm not trying to be mean, but fuck, I sound so mean. And I can't help it. It's just how I was raised. Like, I told my grandmother she had a mustache when I was 2 years old. Like, I've always been the person that's brutally honest about everything. So I'm trying to be as respectful and non-condescending as possible.
Apparently, it's a northerner thing.
I don't care to debate anything with anybody any longer. Like I used to back in the day, and like I discussed on Anime Little Podcast, I used to, as they said, did a couple of tours around anime Twitter with some of the fan bases, but now I just don't care. I'm numb to it. So my question is, the topic that I'm trying to bring here is, like, is there an anime that you die by? Like, what's your die by anime? Like, you say this is bad, but I will fucking, like, back in the day, back when we used to debate, I will debate this to the ends of the earth to prove what you're saying is wrong and what I'm saying is right objectively.
I mean, I don't really. So the only one people tend to disagree with is ReZero.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm up to debate it. I'm not about to get into an argument about it.
That's a fact.
But I'm up to debate it. Like, let's talk about it. Like, kind of how we did when we was on Analytical. I know I was just saying, you know, perspective wise, this is how I see it, right? And share my views on it and everything.
Tell God kids.
While
sorry.
Others, you said what?
So tell God kids, they understand.
Yeah, I don't know why he being so loud right now, but I shared my perspective on why ReZero is not bad, right? And even if we compared him to like a character like Deku, why that is such a huge, like if you like Deku, you know, I find it ridiculous that you really don't like Subaru, because Deku got a way better one-up and is having a way easier time because he literally got the best thing in the world, basically.
Sure.
In comparison to someone like Subaru who got jack shit when he came to a world.
Absolutely.
Only power he got was to die, come back and try and fix it again, you know? He got a reset button. That was it.
So I believe it was Black Damzilla who's a avid listener of our podcast. He said Subaru, people that don't understand that Subaru failing is what makes the show as great as it is. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but it's something along those lines, and he's absolutely right. Like, the Subaru failures that we see is pivotal to his growth, and his growth is literally what the show is,
and it's pivotal to everyone else's growth.
Him
failing, and it's odd, right? Because normally failure doesn't progress the story
ever.
But this kind of failure, he fails forward, you know? Mm-hmm. He doesn't fail and go backward every time. No, he did fail a few times and go backwards. But generally, when he fails in a way to where it is solving the problem. And when he failed and it wasn't necessarily solving the problem, it was one of those moments where, like I said, Betelgeuse, where we were fucking heartbroken.
Right.
You know, we got to watch this character become heartbroken and disheartened and all these different things, and watch how others were treated through his eyes and whatnot. And it's just wild to me that people, and to me, it just fits into that whole, and I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to belittle anyone or anything like that, but I actually watched Johnny, one of Johnny's TikToks today, said, as a community, we need to get out of that shonen phase, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think it is. It's like you get into that shonen mind state and you think that this is what it's supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. And you look at someone like Subaru and think that's trash. But in reality, he is literally doing what any other human is capable of doing in that kind of world.
Yeah, man. And I don't even think that's like even the point of ReZero. I never did. I think the point of ReZero has been and always will be character development first. The main, from episode 1,
world development.
99% of the people, including myself, fucking hated Subaru. I couldn't stand him. He got on my fucking nerves. From the situation he was put in, to the way he responded to the situations, to the arrogance, the cockiness. I'm Isekai, let me see how strong I am, blah, 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 blah. To getting humbled. When he got humbled so many times. Him getting humbled so many times made him develop a resolve that was unheard of, a resolve that gave characters around him more time to like understand him. And when they understood him, they decided to change within themselves. And fucking ReZero is so special for that. It always has been special for that. And it continues to be special for that. Like, he, again, from what he did to Rem was fucking just heartbreaking to me. It was so, I fucking hated him. But did I understand? Yeah. You love who you love and you can't help it. As hard as it was to see that, or to feel that, and the emotion that both the sub and the dub voice actress gave for Rem was unfucking believable. Man, I'm about ready to do a rewatch of that instead. Wait a minute.
I'm saying, bro, it might be time.
We might have to do that after this Overlord thing. But seriously, it's really good. I think ReZero is a mic check waifu die by. I think another die by for me personally, and I will forever say this, no matter who you are or whatever, I will always die by Clannad. Reason being is, again, not just because of its sadness, but there's people that can watch Clannad and just think it's boring. But there is so much within Clannad that is unbelievably good as well when it comes to character development. And I guess that's what's the most important thing to me after watching something like Clannad. Like, character development is huge. Like, I can't watch a show that doesn't give me development of the main character specifically, because that's who we're following, right? And it's unbelievable like that. From little situations, from him literally just being a delinquent. He starts off as a delinquent, literally don't give a shit about nothing, don't care about nothing, don't care about nobody but his best friend, obviously, which is hard to like. I think not everybody liked his best friend, including myself, for a while. Until
he was okay. Until
he had his episode. When he had his episode, I'm like, oh shit, okay. He was the little man that could, I enjoyed that. But I digress. I think this is a show I die by because it's extremely powerful from beginning to after story end. After story obviously being season 2 of Clannad. It's something that you don't see often in anime, right? Or you see it in manga, like Tails' favorite jaunt,
Twin Star Exorcist, where you see the development being like literal growth, like age growth, like characters getting older. And it does something so cool within this show, which would seem to be like filler in other shows. It creates situations via a dream situation. I guess it's not spoilers, but slightly is, where our main character situation is brought upon with what if he dated her instead of her?
or her instead of her instead of her, and what his what his situation could be. It just does so much that is special. I think I will forever die by Clannad because it is like if anybody try to tell me what's bad about it, I will go to bat for it. Probably. But then again, I might not care either. But
I was gonna say that's kind of funny. Like this whole topic, like anime to die by, right? It's kind of a funny topic for us because I could literally see myself debating with somebody, and if somebody's saying something stupid, right? Mm-hmm. Like saying something. Let's say, for instance, we talking about Clannad, and we debating Clannad, and someone's like, "Oh well, this character in Clannad is boring or shitty," and he's like, "Well, did you finish it?" They be like, "No," and you just be like, "All right, throw your hands up." I mean, hey, you got it, bro. That character shitty. What can I tell you? You ain't finished the anime. I can't tell you nothing. That's like me telling you, like someone saying, "All right, I watched Astro Lost in Space. They got finished the first episode." Was like, yeah, that first episode was okay.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, it was okay. You ain't want to watch the second episode? No, I'm like, all right.
Wow,
hey, bro, I can't tell you nothing. That's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, bro, I don't know. The topic is hilarious to me because it's like we are very much like that. Yes. Like the only time I could catch myself debating this kind of thing is if like it was set for that, like if it was a time and place for that. But realistically, if someone randomly brought up like this anime to me, like I got a coworker, he watched a ton of anime. He saw my ReZero pins, and I told him, ReZero is probably one of my favorite anime of all time. It's like right there, number one, excluding like what I would consider a masterpiece, right? Right. And he was like, "You really like it that much?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fucking amazing." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm a really big Dragon Ball fan." I'm like, "All right, bro. Yeah, Dragon Ball's cool." You don't like ReZero, but Dragon Ball cool, bro. Yeah. I ain't gonna judge you.
I bet he like Attack on Titan too.
I don't think he actually like Attack on Titan though.
Okay. All right. It's different.
Yeah, because I don't think he watched Attack on Titan at all.
I don't like to put people in the box, but it's a box, man. It's boxes in anime. It's so many fucking boxes in anime. I'm not gonna hold you there.
You either check them or step in them.
Yes, exactly. Talk about recycling boxes, boy. I tell you what. Even on when we were on an local podcast and we were talking about Dragon Ball Z, I was kind of getting a bad taste in my mouth. We only did because that's how me and you met. But like, it's hard to talk about Dragon Ball Z and just not get pissed off because I hate this fucking show. I can't stand it. Like every fiber in my being, I can't stand Dragon Ball Z. I think it's trash.
I think Dragon Ball. What Dragon Ball does so bad is they write characters that you kind of love. Yeah. And then they shit on them. 100%. They will drag your favorite character through the mud and never give them redemption.
Yeah. Like what happened to Trunks?
I ain't gonna hold you. I used to love Yamcha.
In Dragon Ball, I
used to love Yamcha. I remember playing. I would always play as Yamcha in fighting games because he had the wolf fang fist.
Yes.
My favorite animal is the wolf.
Yep, same.
And I used to love doing mad combos of Yamcha. I used to combo everybody into something, and then he just became trash in the story. I was like, I can't play this dude. I cannot play him.
In Dragon Ball specifically, not Z or Super or any of that bullshit. He was specifically like the cool character in that show. Mm-hmm. You had Goku with his silliness and Lil Krillin with his silliness and his seriousness. Yamcha was the cool one. Yamcha was the one you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a motherfucker cool.
What it was Vegeta came around, took his girl, Mr. Steel girl though.
That was in Dragon Ball Z though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I miss Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was hilarious and very raunchy, which is also very
had
funny.
Character development in it though.
Yeah, it did. Definitely did. 100% for a multitude of characters, not just one or two or three. I tell you, man, something that what's a more recent one that you die by?
An anime I would die by right now.
Let's go within the last between 2021 and 2022.
What did we watch? Hold on, give me a second here because I think I got.
At least one. Gotta have at least one. It's hard to have at least one more recently because again,
let's see.
Around this time is when I stopped caring about what people think.
Jobless Reincarnation, Link Click, Ranking of Kings, because I fuck with Ranking of Kings. Like, I ain't gonna argue with you about Ranking of Kings, but I love Ranking of Kings.
Yeah, I wouldn't dare die about Ranking of Kings. It's good though.
Let's see what else in the last year or so. Yeah, I mean that might be it.
I'll probably say I die by that's
Jobless Reincarnation, bro.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah, a very adult being violent and so, but 86, man. 86 is
that's that one. 86, yep.
Is an obvious one I would die by. Like, and I would always say, to be honest, I would say Jujutsu Kaisen shits on any modern shonen show that you like.
And I will also say this. I know I gave it a lot of shit because I wasn't gonna watch it at first. But Haji Hiro.
Yeah, bro.
I am willing to go to bat for Haji Hiro.
Man, it's hard when you read the title, right? It's hard when you read the title and you say, why the fuck would they die by something called Haji Hiro after being rejected? I shaved and took in what's the full?
Underage girl, something like that.
Okay, yeah. Haji Hiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. That shit sounds creepy. But watch it. Watch it. Haji Hiro is a slice of life classic in my opinion. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, that character, he is goated. Unbelievably great. For sure. I mean, she's great too.
Yeah. She's
great too. But him and just how he handled the situation, unbelievable.
Yeah. And to be honest, I don't think I can die by anything that's not done. So
yeah.
Nah, that wasn't. I was just about to say that wasn't a Hunter x Hunter hit, but
okay, that's what I thought.
As I was saying it, I began to laugh, make myself laugh because I'm like, oh shit, that sounds like a Hunter x Hunter slight.
I don't care. I'll die by Twin Star Exorcist right now. I will go to bat for it right now.
I'm talking about stuff like Spy Family and Summertime Render. They're not done yet, so we can't.
They ain't 100 chapters in, so I get it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man. Stuff we see people on the internet dying by.
Gintama.
One Piece.
One Piece. I mean, it's 1,000 chapters. I'm gonna let them have them.
Sure.
If they want to die by it, bro. And I still read it. Luffy be doing some stuff, but I'm just saying.
I have to read a tweet. The funniest tweet.
I'm not gonna die by One Piece.
I'm not gonna die by One Piece too. But Moody is one of the best people to follow on Twitter, by the way. So follow her at Moody Senpai on Twitter. She posted a fucking tweet that made me laugh so hard that I almost cried.
Yeah.
Where is it? I gotta find it because it was just so funny. And this kind of goes perfect into the die buys because the One Piece fans are ridiculous. Shout out to Worst Generation Podcast. I love y'all though.
You know it.
But the One Piece fan base are rabid, accidentally rabid, I think, because you say anything bad about One Piece, they'll pop off no matter what. I enjoy One Piece from what I've watched so far. I can't find it, but it's along the lines of this, and I'm paraphrasing. I'm gonna quote Moody. She said, y'all be fine as hell until I see Oda is a god. Oda's my god. One Piece is the greatest anime of all time. And the Twitter bio. I was crying, man. I'm like,
y'all be fine as hell. Then she found out y'all watch One Piece and be like, all right, never mind.
I'm cool.
But that should be a plus though, because you got commitment at that point. You can commit to something.
They're committed, exactly. So you should be down for them to be committed. Like if you can commit to One Piece, you can commit to a relationship. So
that's what I'm saying, bro.
In defense of our One Piece friends.
It ain't if you watch One Piece, you can commit to a relationship. If you committed that much to One Piece, you've already committed to a relationship.
Facts.
You might actually not have time for a relationship. You might be right, Moody. You might not have time for a relationship. You might watch One Piece.
Damn, it's the two sides of the coin. So it's either they can commit to you because they committed to One Piece, or they're too committed to One Piece and ain't got time for you.
Might be it.
All I'm saying is don't count them out. They're dedicated. And maybe if they could become dedicated to something like One Piece, they could be dedicated to someone like you. So just find them worth it. Oh, that's hilarious. I think Black Clover is always been the weird one to die by.
Or Fairy Tail.
Yeah. Because that, and I'm gonna just be real. Objectively, shit's bad, bro. It's just bad. Boruto too. As Naruto fans, I'm very disappointed in what Boruto is. Even though I heard it's been doing good, I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Johnny was talking on Twitter, and he was talking about Black Clover, and I shared him that picture that Philip J. Woodward made for us. And
shout out to
he was
Philip.
talking about how I just can't watch Black Clover, bro. He said no matter how much he hate Black Clover, he said the OPs be hitting. I said I can't even remember none of them.
None of them, bro. Not even one.
I was like, I just didn't give the OPs a chance because it got bad. But read Black Clover if you want to digest that content, read it.
Yeah, I don't even think
it's so much easier to digest, and you can get it over with quickly. But I will tell you, I got bored still.
Yeah,
I finished the Demon arc, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm done.
I don't even think reading can say that shit. The problem with it is that it just doesn't offer anything. To be honest, I don't know, what are you getting from it?
It's Naruto Bleach, so.
Yeah, Naruto Bleach stuff. That's very, very accurate. Holy shit. It's just, it gives nothing, bro. What it offers is an accelerated Naruto. It's, you get something, you're the underdog, and I don't even like to compare anime like this. I don't, because again, it puts it in the box. But guess what? Black Clover did it to themselves. They've ingested that box themselves. It's so accelerated. It's fucking Sasuke, fucking, what is that, rescue arc. It's all kinds of just crazy. The Kurama arc. It's so stupid. It's dumb. It's fucking
stand
ridiculous.
by my Black Clover is a Zatch Bell knockoff statement.
No, yeah, you were right about that. I mean, that doesn't mean Zatch Bell was bad. That just means
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And people thought you were saying like Zatch Bell was bad. No.
No.
Not even close.
I actually really enjoyed Zatch Bell. They gave it a rewatch and everything when we started the podcast. I'm just saying Black Clover feels like a knockoff to me.
Facts.
But of multiple series.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Also, I ain't trying to say like taking inspiration from something else is bad. I'm just saying that what Black Clover did is bad.
Yeah, it's the implementation of that inspiration. Fuck, I'm spitting this week. Yeah, it's just that, man.
Implementation of the inspiration.
That it's just bad. It's just poorly done. It is what it is. Objectively, that's not even subjective. All right, man. We I don't know how we did it, but we managed to make a whole topic out of that. Let's get to mic check. Mic check, waifu. This is where one of us rolls a random number. The other reads a question associated with that number. There's 26 questions in the list, right?
Yeah, 26 of them.
2.
God damn. What is your favorite anime scene?
Mass spoilers. I'm not gonna go there. Favorite anime scene. Oh, and this is kind of more recent. It was, oh my god, the fucking scene just popped in my head and it's driving me crazy already. It was when the Major saw the squad for the first time. She didn't know who they were.
Oh my god,
that scene fucking destroyed me. I'm referring to 86, by the way. Kind of spoilers, but unbelievable, unfucking believable scene. I shedded a tear during that scene, by the way, for those of you that didn't listen to that episode of the podcast.
I'm gonna pull a tail. I got 3.
There it is.
Just so y'all know, the most whole moment of all of DBZ or Dragon Ball Super is when Kefla, which is the fusion, of Caulifla and Kale got beat by Goku when Goku slid on her with Kamehameha. Thought that was dope.
The one I saw in the intro, right?
Yep. Then when my boy Ikki Kuragane goes Ito Shura on the last like 10 seconds of the episode and slashed through Raikiri, I was like, oh my god, bro.
Wait, that was the anime?
Yeah, in the anime.
Oh, okay.
In the last episode, right before he proposed to old girl. But I will say that my number one got to be this. And Polo, I know you remember this. You remember when Subaru met Echidna?
Yes.
And he got to tell her everything, you know.
Oh my God, yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That scene.
I think that's the scene that made sub voice acting change for me.
Yo, that scene right there, I'm thinking about it right now. I'm getting like I kind of want to get tear. I want to cry about that, but shit, bro.
Back, bro.
Bro, that when Subaru got to tell her that, you know, I've been dying over and over and over again.
Fucking the development, that lead up, that build up to that point. They made it. Oh my God, they did. Okay, slight ReZero tangent again. They made it a fucking point. Not just the most recent, like the previous 3 episodes up until that point. No. The entire fucking show. They made it a strong point. He can't tell anyone. And every time he attempted to or wanted to, we understood his suffering. We felt his suffering each time that he wanted to but couldn't. And that moment, because of that buildup that does, because of that buildup, made that moment fucking punch you in the fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
With a Tyson
also,
hook.
like you said, the voice acting.
The
and
music.
like how cool Carmen can like control Echidna was. She just is like accepting of it, you know. He needed that, bro. Needed that.
And it's funny.
Oh my God.
What's funny is that he confessed this to a demon. She's a fucking demon, but I didn't care. I felt so much relief, bro. So much relief. We need a fucking ReZero full episode.
I don't know how people are not in love with ReZero, bro.
We die by, bro. We die by. I can't. Me either. Come on the show and tell us what
that's a top 1 scene.
Yes.
That is a top 1.
Yes. 1A and 1B.
That is a scene to end scenes, bro.
86 1A 1B.
I'm telling you, bro. Them some crazy scenes right there.
Yeah, because it's just so. It's all about that fucking build.
All about the development. Yep.
The implementation, bruh. The inspiration. All right. When we come back, we're gonna do Spy Family first, episode 9. Summertime Rendering, episode 8, and Tomodachi Game, episode 9. So stay tuned if you watch those episodes. We're gonna continue the show right after this. And welcome back to episode 155 of Mic Check Waifu. Make sure y'all follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu, on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu, and on TikTok at Mic Check Waifu. Also follow our Facebook group. We almost have 4,000 likes on our Facebook page. Shout out to everybody that come through and like the Facebook page. Our Facebook group almost had just past 500 or something group members too. So yeah, the Facebook group really just talk about whatever fuck, but the make sure y'all like the Facebook page though. So we're gonna start posting the videos and stuff there as well. We appreciate that. This is the second half of the show where we spoil anime that we are deeply invested in. One of those being Spy Family. Episode 9 of Spy Family just aired. It was great. Per usual. I love the exit of Yuri leaving the apartment. She was beautiful. With Cloverworks does something so fucking good with their animations. I just can't. These two together, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable group.
But can we just talk about the whole, like, I love how Lloyd handles stuff in general, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you're obviously, she can't handle this right now, right? It's too much for her. And, you know, she ain't never been in this kind of situation. There was only one kind of icky part of this entire episode, and it was the brother being in love with his sister. Yeah, the kind of thing.
You know how I feel about that shit.
But everything else, 100% was like, this was
sensational.
Quality sensational, yes. But yeah, how Lloyd ducked the swing, because she was going to swing at Lloyd.
Oh yeah.
But he kind of whoop out the way. And yeah, Yuri gets hit. And I was like, okay, all right. He gets sent flying. He stood up immediately, like, you know, he feel like his sister done took on the defense for Lloyd. And it just works out, right? Like, these are things that we couldn't. We talked about this, and I'm bringing it up one more time. If they knew each other's roles, if they knew he was a spy and knew she was an assassin, it would not work as well.
Nope. It would not be as good as it is right now. Unbelievable quality, man. Unbelievable quality when it comes to just these characters, because, like, even, like, not even just the characters, but the dynamics between them, right? The brother working for, what they call it, Secret Service?
The Secret Police.
Secret Police. Secretly working for the Secret Police. And then Yuri being an assassin. And then Lloyd being a spy. The spy being the only one that knows that Yuri is working with the Secret Police. And knowing how much of a bad situation that could be in. So if Lloyd knows that your knows that could be a problem, so he decides to take matters in his own hands. Let me find out if she knows. What's great about that is that Anya reading his mind or whatever, but you're sensing the distance that became of his feelings when he put that together. Even a spy can't hide the feeling of uncomfortability when it comes to a situationship that can, like, literally fucking change the entire world in this world.
What made it beautiful is Anya saying, "Mommy and Daddy got to get along."
Yep. So beautiful.
And it's like, he only sees this, kids are perceptive. And kids are
Very
extremely perceptive. They see when you're arguing and you're not happy. They see it.
Yeah. But
that moment when you see like this, and Anya's reading their minds, and she's like, oh my God, they're going through it. Like, Yor is feeling unconfident and feels like she needs to change something. He needs to make sure, or Lloyd's thinking like, I got to make sure she's not in on this.
Yep.
And they have these moments, and he's kind of like, when he crumbles up the tracker thing, and you know, says like, it was just lint on your collar, and he's like, I never should have, you know, not trusted her. Right. It was great to see that, you know, things was cool, and that was a great moment for this show. Like this show, the way that they build these scenarios that should be or not should be, they shouldn't be insignificant, but the way they built that up. Because that, to me, all the way up until Anya gets home, because Anya was at school, missed Yuri coming over,
Yep.
you know, all these different things. But that moment when she came home and saw and just gave us that smile saying, Mommy and Daddy are getting along.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable, bro. I was like, come on. How did this show get any better?
It put a smile on your face, right? Like it just made 100%. You smile. Yeah, straight up. Same. What I liked about it was when he took the disguise, him and his friend took the disguise of the secret police to figure out what Yuri was about. And she was like, yo, what the fuck? You touch Lloyd, you touch Yuri, we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem. And she popped off and
she a demon with them hands though.
Man, and she looked something about her being so intimidating was so fucking cute. I just love Yuri so much.
Yep.
She might be
and how does Lloyd have no idea still? After seeing that, even
he knows something.
Because his friend is a trained spy. He should at least have some kind of.
He's what is he? He's an intelligence fucking person. One of the whatever. They should know, but you know, you don't. In this world full of spies, you don't think assassin? Maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
I would think anybody that's that fast,
he could
definitely got.
He'll spot out the secret police in the heartbeat, but it's not an assassin. No, never. That's weird. Maybe we found a little loop, but it's cool though.
Well, it also, if you think about it, you know, she said she raised her younger brother, so who knows? She had to be a parent, so maybe she took self-defense classes, something like that. Sure, yeah. I don't know, but like
that's a reach for.
I mean, I'm just trying to think like,
I'm with you. I'm down. I'm 100% with that. Because there's nothing really else we got. Not yet anyway. Maybe we'll get more.
And I don't think it's completely, you know, sporadic that some people just got hands. They just be throwing them things.
Sure, yeah, exactly. There it is. Just be throwing them things, for real. You're right. All in all, it was another great episode. I don't think they had a bad one yet.
Not yet.
Again, it's really easy to just say Spy Family is episode of the week every week, but we just can't do that
easily.
We got to deliver something new.
Switch it up every once in a while.
Exactly. Speaking of something that could be episode of the week every week, Summertime Rendering. Now, what I was saying about this episode is that like there was a lot of shit that I felt like the studio wasn't ready to release yet. And that's probably why it led to it not being in certain places or being released on time as usual, because it's very punctual. The show has been very punctual with its release times as far as like being on the sites that shall not be named or, you know, simulcasting between Japan and then getting to us. They've been hitting the same time every time. Just this week, it was almost impossible to find an episode unless you did some searching. And I think it's because that episode just wasn't fucking done. And by that, I mean, not just like art scenes or whatever. Like, I understand that the stylization choice, but it was something about its past presentation compared to its current one that just wasn't up to snuff at all. Not even close.
And I think when I watched it, right, when I was looking at it, it's like, because I just rewatched the whole episode 1 through 7 like 2 days ago with Monique, because Monique wanted to watch it. She saw the first episode, was like, I can't believe you watched this shit without. And from episode 1, they've been making those like stylized choices with some of the faces and stuff they make and stuff like that. And even like there's moments when like if he panics, his hands go completely like almost like a kid drew the hands and they get fuzzy, but then they go right back to normal after that scene is over. So I know there's like some stylized choices where they intentionally make things look dramatically different just to show like impact, or dull things out to show like impact or something like that. But I do I understand what you mean, because I'm looking at the episode and I'm thinking like maybe Polo said the pacing wasn't right. Maybe he was saying that, but I think like contextually, like what the episode delivered in terms of like progressing the story,
it was fantastic.
Was still very much so there, and like I can't say enough how much I'm just loving like these characters and just what they have amongst each other, you know?
Right. Even learn again. This is the small shit that we learn that just makes shit so impactful. Like even learning that Ushio has memories from July 24th it changes the whole fucking game, bro. It changes the whole game because her and Jinpei now are the only two that knows what happens on that day, which means that with her shadow ability and his and their memories of what happened during July 24th, I think that can change the whole process, even though he's not working with Izuru,
yeah,
whatever her name is.
Izuru.
Yeah, he's not working with her exclusively anymore. That kind of sucks, but I think they can manage with the party they're forming, for lack of a better word, right? I think it could work. What you think?
I think that what they'll eventually end up doing is like separate group plans, right? So like Ryunosuke, Hizuru will have their own small, probably like 2-man group with her grandfather or uncle, whoever that is. And then it'll be like our boy Shinpei and Ushio, and they'll carry out certain actions to kind of get what they're looking for.
Yeah.
The thing is though, is what I'm worried about is the fact that we know a couple of different things, right? Shadows heal from things that, you know, normally
Heal?
they should be able to, yeah, they heal from things that, you know, that don't kill them essentially. But Ushio didn't grow her arm back.
Right.
Had to get it basically cut off.
Exactly.
So that's different than what we're used to for some of these other shadows, because if it wasn't a fatal blow, she should have healed from it.
To the shadow itself, too.
Yeah. But Ushio also doesn't know that, you know, because the shadows don't like to be touched. Ushio don't even know that her shadow's not supposed to be touched. So she just felt a tickle and wondered what that was. But does that have something to do with, like, does her body and mind, like, have something to do with the shadow and its hold and being in this world, essentially?
Right.
Like, how does that all come together, more or less, is how I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, what I've been thinking and watching this most recent episode is that it's a conscious and subconscious thing, right? Like it's a because if Shadow takes everything, which they established in the last episode before this one, was the Shadow takes everything from the memories from the time that the incident, from the time that they were copied to the time that they're killed. So they take the memories of the human. I think that the situation was so unique, right? Because what is it? So what I'm thinking, and this may be a reach, call me Polo Reach, but I'm thinking when she died, it was a combination of the shadow killing her and her just drowning because she was strangled underwater. So with that, I think something fucked up.
The shadow probably couldn't stay underwater.
Or something. Like, you see what water did to Ushio's arm, right? So I'm thinking it's something to do with her initial death that fucked up that whole process with the copy.
I'm thinking, what if it's not really specifically the water, but what if it's more about like the proximity, like the individual shadows can't leave like the island.
Interesting. Yes.
Because we saw that the shadow arms, when the mother comes out, can extend just about however far.
Yes.
And maybe that water acts like a barrier for the shadows independently.
Interesting.
Now, the only question that would leave is, how did that other shadow make it off, the island?
What other shadow?
Remember when we first saw everything happen, there was that man who was off the island looking far, or was he on the island just another further away apart from?
Yeah, he was on the other side of the island.
Okay.
Because when they stretched out, they kind of zoomed into the different parts of the island. Island is kind of big as fuck, so.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So maybe the shadows by themselves independently can't leave the island. But that's their goal, because they were saying they're trying to get out of here because this is going to be the end, right?
Yep. And I'm thinking, without Mother being awake, they can't go. which makes but what, like, how did Sayuri kill Ushio off the island? You know what? Maybe it's like you're saying. Maybe it's a border thing, and she died in between. So fucking head was over the border, so her conscious is fucking is still her, and then her body is still the shadow. Hence why she can't do all the shadowy shit that the shadows can do, because her conscious is still human, very much so human. So there's a lot.
We got questions.
And
give us the answer.
And they always fucking answer them, bro.
They do.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get the answer to these questions we just asked next episode. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because that's what this fucking incredible show do.
As well as we got to figure out if Ushio don't remember leaving that message to Hizuru.
Yeah. Fuck. I forgot about the message. And that's the one thing that saved Ushio's life, was her realizing, like, hey, she's the one that sent me this message. Did they say, I can't remember, did they say the date that she got that message, or did they show the date that she got that message?
Ushio died on the 20th, so I'm assuming it, or 19th. 19th or the 20th. But either way, that's when the message was sent. It was right when she died, basically.
She was supposed to be dead when she sent that message, and that's what brought Hizuri to the island. Fuck, dude. Great show, man. Shows that invoke thought like this, man, often becomes some of the greatest shows of all time.
Still 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. Still, yeah. Like, I think when this hits Disney Plus, this episode is gonna look a lot different. I feel like,
for sure.
I feel like it's just not done yet. So
you saw what Disney did with Lilo and Stitch. They had to go back and remaster stuff without letting us know.
I don't think they got anything to do with that. But I just think the Japanese artist is gonna rework it and fix it, and by the time it hits Disney Plus, it'll be cool. But definitely still 10 out of 10 when it comes to progression in the story. Now, moving on.
Tomodachi Game.
It was another good episode.
I'm gonna say this has personally been my favorite episode, only because of, like, kind of how things unveiled and things kept going, and
they keep doing that. They've been doing that. The way the unveilings are becoming more and more creative, which is something I didn't expect from this show.
I was expecting boy who's on the verge of death to just go ahead and press the button, right? I'm thinking, like, is he really? And I'm like, ain't no way he gonna abandon dude. But I'm thinking in my mind at this point, like, it's been so long, is he really? I'm thinking, like, he gonna try and get everybody to switch sides. I don't know what he's thinking at this point. But now I'm still thinking he's gonna try and get everybody to switch sides. But it's like, well, I know he wants to destroy their friendship, but what's going on? I'm confused.
No, he did exactly what he said. Well, he said at the very end, like, while the credits were rolling, he said, I got exactly what I needed. And that's the transfer of the one strong idiot person to help him with this hide and seek game. He got it. That's what he needed. He just needed that one dude that'd be coerced enough to then tell him where the partners is. But it's going to be hard to do that with that entire team basically being around. I'm probably going to watch all three of them now, and they're going to be caught in that kind of situation. But what I mean is by the unveiling is, they could have just done the same shit that they've been doing in the previous episodes. Well, no, because the first episode was different from the second game, and the second game has definitely been different from the third game as far as the unveiling goes, because we had different perspectives. But I'm thinking that this one was the most unique because it played out and it was revealed as it was being played out.
Yeah,
and that made for a more fun watch, I think, personally.
I thought he killed old girl.
Yeah, hard to tell, right? Because, like,
well, the reason I thought that is because when he pushed her over, I'm thinking in my mind, like, okay, he pushed her over. Maybe he already had a plan set to, like, when he pushed her, she landed on something soft.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what he was doing, right? And I'm thinking, like, well, he did kill people before this. Maybe he don't actually need her.
Because that camera angle, we couldn't tell if it was high or not. Apparently it wasn't high enough to kill her.
But she would have been hurt.
She would have been hurt. which was enough for the Boy Scouts.
But his explanation and everything, like his personality analysis was dope. Because like, I'm not saying I do the same thing, but I do similar things. Like I try and like read people and understand what kind of personality they have, so I don't like step on their toes or just be too aggressive with certain people. That kind of stuff. But it's
conflict,
like, yeah. But it's like to do that and then be able to figure out how to set certain plans in motion, find out what character, what side person in their group works best with them in terms of personality, so that you know that this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
It was dope. It was dope. He did a great job with that. And them showing us him planting the seeds and stuff.
Yep. So good.
It was all good.
It was so good. I'm so blown back by how quick the Group K dude was. So easy to turn though.
But it wasn't quick though. This was almost 4 whole days.
Yeah, I guess. And then that situation happened where she falls. He does most of the rescuing while he was trying to run after him and catch him. And then the girl helps our guy with the trap basically and say, oh, you know, to the one guy that didn't really want to help her, to make the idiot jealous. It's a lot of fucking ins and outs that you wouldn't think about that, but would happen in a situation pseudo to life, right? Like it's kind of like how life would be. And yeah, you'd be mad as fuck if you was the one that actually saved the girl who seems to be a pretty girl and you're interested, and he gets all the credit. Like what? Right. So a little bit of jealousy play.
But hey, it works. And I mean, she intentionally, I'm assuming, obviously, show a little bit of her body to cause a little bit of a stir.
Yep.
So like we saw dude flustered, and that just
he said
more
that
so solidified what he needed. And when he called, I found it. I was like, what did he find? But he just found, it wasn't what he found. It was just the timing is what he found.
Yep.
The scenario is what he found. So that was dope, man. He did a great job at that. I was not really feeling this anime the beginning, but now that we're kind of getting these revelations and whatnot, it's a lot better. I'm not upset with it anymore.
So for me, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling it. It's just that I was tempering my expectations.
You're right. But I wasn't feeling it, bro. I was like, okay, it's about to go on the drop list.
No, it definitely wasn't even close to a drop list. That's crazy.
It was boring to me until they did that. Until they did that revelation when they showed us all the cards and stuff he played.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, this dude is a G. He is a monster.
It was, and for me, it was able to grasp my curiosity, man. It kept it. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is he? What is he gonna do? Like, I've seen some bad pretend like smarty boy type anime. King's Game probably being the worst one of them all, like the worst anime of all time, probably top. Let me correct, bottom 2 anime, worst anime of all time. Like it's like X-Arm King's Game and they fucking touching each other's asses. It's so bad. But
did you watch X-Arm?
I did.
Oh my God.
I watched 3. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched 3 episodes before I couldn't take it anymore. But
that's more than enough to understand.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. Not only from you, but many other people. I feel like, as a gut check, what do you think is going to happen with this plan now that it's starting to roll into motion?
I think that some of them are gonna, because he already planted that seed of like, oh, you all gotta follow the captain's order. Someone's gonna feel like they're second in command and they make rules, right? And what's eventually gonna happen is, because like the captain is supposed to be the most patient one, is that I think the captain is gonna show himself, like unintentionally, but what he's doing is he's gonna cause up so much of a stir that the captain is not gonna have a choice but to step out and do something. Sorry, I mean do that.
Yeah, it's all good. So you thinking the captain's Group K is gonna lose by the captain movement, because one of the rules is that if you move, it's over.
Yeah, the captain is gonna move and get exposed, or Or he might just cause a fight amongst them, right? Because they get violent, strike any player,
it's over.
they lose automatically too.
I'm thinking it's going to be a whittle down in the honors of H-Town, a whittle down of each player in Group K to the point where the entirety of Group K will be on Group C, and the only person that's left is the captain in Group K, and he's gonna be like, I haven't been able to reach my team in a minute. Okay. I'm getting hungry. Yep, this sucks. Because we know there's no switching back. So if he got one already. There's no switching back for that one dude that decided to switch. So now it's gonna be a situation to where they're gonna slowly start to fall apart. And when they slowly start to fall apart, each one of them, he's gonna whittle each one of them down to the point where they get to Group C. That's
what it's gonna be. The captain gonna tell them all to switch teams. That's probably what it's gonna be. He gonna tell them all to switch sides, and that's what he going for. He going for them to switch sides.
What you mean? The captain of Group K?
Yeah, he gonna tell not the captain of Group K.
Yeah. Our
main character is going for them all of them to switch sides, but he's also gonna switch sides. And he just got to be the only one there to make sure that boom, she can switch sides, and then at that point they don't even need anyone anymore because they don't need to know where the captain is. They can just go find a dude. That's the end of the game.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if he's gonna lose points for that, but yeah, we gonna see, bro. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes.
Same. Next episode is, by the time this airs, will be out. So I think the day that this episode airs, the new episode will be out. So y'all probably know. We don't know yet. Enjoying Tomodachi Game. Tail didn't like it at first. That's crazy. I think that'll be a wrap.
It's like that sometimes. All right, we just finished talking about Tomodachi Game and how I didn't like it first came time, and it amazingness as usual. Spy Family, another great episode. We love this family. They are 10 out of 10. Let us know what you thought about that song Polo gave us on the break. You know, it's always heat with him. We got to know Mic Check Waifu. What was your favorite anime scene? We told you ours. Let us know what yours is. Also, Polo gave us a fire quote today. Implementation of the inspiration. Hey, if you've been inspired by somebody, implement it right. Make it work, right? We also talked about Animated Die-By. Thanks to Animalytical for bringing us on. We had to bring this topic here. Animated Die-By. We chose ReZero and Clannad. We also are going to rewatch Overlord before Overlord Season 4 comes out. And our episodes of the week were Summertime Rendering and I'm Quitting Heroing. And also, don't forget, Polo got some Patreon exclusive content coming for y'all that's going to hit you real good. I already got an idea as to what it is, but you know, that's been episode 155 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Mic Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu.